Next, I'm going to be talking about Holy Land. And instantly a reminder, read Holy Land. Read it. Look, Holy Land was one of the first reads of the year as well. And honestly, one I will never forget. It is a very unique manga. I've never seen anything like it. I know there are a lot of mangas about Street Fighting, and to be honest, I haven't really read a lot. But I can kind of see from the panels I've been seeing, Holy Land is unmatched. Like, not in terms of quality, because there are mangas about fighting that are better, but in terms of just originality, like, bro, Holy Land is just so unique. The art is very unique. The elements featured in Holy Land are very unique. Honestly, it was a very unique read, and that is honestly probably the main aspect about Holy Land, how unique and good it is. Anyway, I don't want to waffle, but look, Holy Land is a manga about street fighting. Just by that, already a uniqueness. The main character is a guy who constantly got bullied in school. He was weak and didn't really have a purpose in life. Honestly, even went to suicide a lot of the time and was thinking about doing it. Until one day he just stumbles in the street and gets into a street fight. The adrenaline he felt and the feeling he felt on the street fight changed his life. He instantly fell in love, and from there he began going into the streets. The streets is the main location of the whole show, but by the end of the manga they become a location that you genuinely can kind of love. And it is very well the Holy Land of the manga. I mean, the title doesn't really have to do anything with the contents of the manga, because there's not really any holy element, apart from a few references here and there, but not really anything major. Still, look, Yu Kamishiro, that's the name of the main character, is an underdog who always went as the underdog in the street fights, and we basically see his journey through the streets and how he becomes a threat to major gangs who honestly threaten him, and how people get along with him, how he makes bonds for the first time in his life, because he's never really had a friend until he did this, because he's finally good at it. He did realize he wasn't really that weak, and I mean, there are a few plot holes here and there, but okay, the main content of the manga is the fights and the characters. Because look, the story itself is a bit generic, as in like there's one match, then there's another one, then there's another one. Although it doesn't really follow that pattern all the time, and I mean, it does have a bit of uniqueness. Most of his plot devices are a bit generic and obviously simple. However, that doesn't make the characters from standing out as the greatness they are. Like, for example, that's the rival character in Shogo, in my opinion, in one of the best ways ever. Like, he is an insane rival, if you ask me. He has a downfall, he has a rise, and I've honestly made a whole post on him already. Obviously, Isawa and Yu, the two main characters of the show and the two main goats, like, they're both insane characters. One, because of the flashback, and two, because of the development they have. And honestly, the story also just goes into finding your true self. Much like Real, but in a very different way. Like, they find themselves in the streets, in the Holy Land of each character. And Yu honestly finds a place for himself. So there's Isawa, and so there's so many other characters. The streets have a vibe to them, and the whole Holy Land manga is a vibe which is kind of never seen before in manga, and I genuinely really love it. It's one of my favorite vibes in the whole of manga, and I genuinely just love the vibes of Holy Land, the uniqueness it has in this medium. It also very hidden gem find, as in like it's the most hidden manga I've ever read, without a doubt. And for that, I do have to thank Toshi, who legit made me and got me into this. I'm genuinely now a huge fan of it. And guess what? One of the main aspects of Holy Land is that the bloody manga has ended. And I can't lie, the ending is very good. So if you want to finish manga for once, unlike Berserk, Vagabond, Real, all these masterpieces that never end, Holy Land is your manga. It's a read you will love, not only for the characters, but also just for street fights. You genuinely can learn techniques that could honestly save your life, you know. Like in a street fight, some of these techniques are very useful. I mean, the mangaka can clearly show he knows what he's talking about. And he himself said he's gone to watch many fight and art styles. Like you get judo, you get karate, you get boxing, you get just normal fighting, you get knives. You honestly get anything in a street fight. You can use the walls, you can use the landscapes. The fights are honestly the best aspect of the manga other than the characters. But look, I don't want to waffle too much. The art is not the best, but it genuinely improves a lot and it is not bad. I honestly really liked it. But yeah, if you want a very unique manga, and if you like street fights, or just genuinely like real themes that you can relate to, and you want a manga that has actually ended, and a hidden gem, well, this is your series. All I can say is, read Holy Land. It deserves many more fans, and it is a great experience.